watching Sky One with the award-winning game show Jeopardy.
It's Jeopardy! Please welcome your host, Paul Ross.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Jeopardy, the quiz show that isn't frightened to do things just a little differently, because right here on Jeopardy, we've got the answers, but our contestants supply the questions. Or to put it another way, we're a back-to-front brain-straining bonanza with a top prize today of £500 and the chance to come back on the very next edition of Jeopardy, win 5 in a row on our show, and we boost that to the most acceptable cash total of £3,000. Well worth playing for, and we've got 3 very worthwhile people for you to meet right now. Make them feel welcome, today's 3 Jeopardy contestants. Retired teacher, Pat Beardsley. Club comedian, David St John. And our returning champion, it's Audrey Stevens. Audrey, welcome back, and I'm going to kiss your hand, because come what may today, it's the last time we're going to see you on Jeopardy, isn't it? Because you've already won £2,000. One more victory, it's the big 1K for you.
Yes, it is.
Do you feel confident?
No.
Are you a superstitious person? Any little routines before you come back on Jeopardy?
No, not really.
Just clean your spectacles and get down to it.
They're dirty.
No, they're not. No. Good luck today. Keep them clean, then we'll talk to you in a moment. And David, welcome to
Don't kiss
program.
my hand. Yeah.
Maybe later, after the show, David.
Cheers.
Now, you're a club comedian.
That's right.
But you sometimes have got things slightly wrong, haven't you?
Yeah, classic. I did a club in Yorkshire, got to the club, set my stuff up, amps and microphones, etc. Not many people in. So I said to the barman, what time shall I start? He said, any time you like. So I got up and did the first about half an hour. Then I found out I should have been in the club opposite. Wrong club.
And did you invoice them for that, or did you have to
Didn't
chalk
get
up to
paid,
experience?
Ran across, did half a spot, half the money.
Off the top of your head, how many jokes do you think you store in the old cranium?
It's a few million, we can only remember a few hundred at a time.
Oh, OK, we might get one out of you before the end of the show. Welcome to the show, though,
Thank
David.
you.
And welcome also to Pat. How are you, a retired teacher?
Very well, thank you.
And did your teaching career always go smoothly, Pat?
No, I had the honour of taking some children on a Mediterranean cruise, and everything went wrong. First of all, the sea was very rough, force 11 gales, then snow, they had snow in Israel, then the boat hit the bottom and the rudder was damaged, and we were anchored for 3 days off Limassol.
So the kids called you Lucky Pat Beardsley, did they,
Yeah, I
after
think
that?
so, yes.
Well, listen, no mishaps today, we hope. We're going to give you a nice warm welcome. In fact, another round of applause, please, for all 3 of today's Jeopardy contestants. And a smile play around the corner of your lips as you welcome what's behind me. It's the heart of our game. It's the Jeopardy game board. It's got 6 columns, 5 screens for every category, and each of those screens has a value. Also hidden in those screens, there is an answer. The higher the value, the harder the answer. So without further ado, let's set the board in motion. And for round 1, scores available range from 100 to a full 500, and also hidden up there somewhere is a daily double. More of that in a moment after you see the first 6 of today's Jeopardy categories, which are natural world, fairy tales, pop posers, literature, drink, and the 20th century. Now, if you answer correctly, we add the value of the screen chosen to your scores, but if you're wrong, look out, because I slice it and dice it and put it back in my pocket. That's where the risk and the Jeopardy come into risky old Jeopardy. Also, as I'm giving you answers, you must please at all times give me your responses in the form of a question. Audrey, you're a returning champion, so you kick us off today, please. It's your choice from the game board.
Literature for 100.
Literature for 100. The author of All Creatures Great and Small. David.
Who is James Herriot?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
Pop poses for 100.
Here's your answer. The Northern Irish city that took Boney M into the 1977 top 10. David?
What is Belfast?
Correct.
Pop poses for 200.
Answer. Sweets for My Sweet was this band's first UK #1. David?
Who are the Searchers?
Is correct.
Pop poses for 300.
Dig me out a surprise vegetable and say it's a turnip for the books. David, you found the first of our daily doubles. This answer is for you and you alone. Neither Pat nor Audrey can buzz in, and you get a pictorial clue to help you with your question. The question is, how much of your score of 400 do you want to gamble?
I'll gamble 400.
The full 400, he could double it on the daily double. Here is your answer. Marty Pellow is lead singer with this band.
Who is Wet, Wet, Wet?
It's correct. Well done for 400. Audrey and Pat, we've unfrozen your buzzers. David, it's your choice.
Caramel Pop Posers for 400.
Answer. This Swedish band had a 1991 UK top 10 hit with Joyride. Out of time, who are Roxette? I was looking for there. David, still your choice.
I'll try Pop Posers for 500.
To clear the category, Love Will Tear Us Apart was a hit for this band, the predecessor to New Order.
Human League.
Out of time, I'm afraid you must buzz in first, David. I was looking for who were Joy Division. David, it's still your choice, though, as the last person to answer correctly.
A complete contrast, try Fairy Tales for 100.
Answer. In the Arabian Nights, the name of the young man who found a magic lamp. Audrey.
Who was Aladdin?
Is correct. Welcome to the scoreboard, and the game board is yours.
Literature for 200, please.
Answer. The author of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. David.
Who is C.S. Lewis?
Is correct. Well done, he's on 1,000. Pat, don't worry, you can buzz in whenever you like, and there's a long way to go yet. David, it's your choice.
Fairy Tales for 200.
Answer. The cottage in the story of Hansel and Gretel was made of this. David.
What is gingerbread?
Is correct, but it must be in the form of a question, David. It's your choice.
Fairy Tales for 300.
Answer. She let down her hair so a prince could climb up it. David.
Who is Rapunzel?
Correct.
20th century for 100.
Answer. This city is where John Lennon was assassinated. Audrey.
What is New York?
Is correct.
Literature for 300.
Here's your answer. This Road was a novel by Erskine Caldwell and a 1964 hit for the Nashville Teens. David.
What is Tobacco Road?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
20th century for 200.
Here's your answer. This man was known as Il Duce. David.
Who was Mussolini?
Is correct, and he's on 2,000. It's still your choice, David.
20th century for 300.
Answer. Prior to decimalisation, this was the value of the florin. David.
What was the 2 shillings?
Correct, or 24 old pennies. David.
Natural world for 100.
Answer. This vegetable is the national emblem of Wales. Pat.
What is a leek?
Is correct. Welcome to the scoreboard. Better late than never, Pat, and it's your choice.
Natural worth 200, please.
Answer. The dish calamaris is from this sea creature. Audrey.
What is squid?
Is correct.
Natural world for 300.
Here's your answer. It is the largest river in Asia. David.
What is the Ganges?
Is not correct, I'm afraid. David, anyone else? Pat.
What is the Yangtze?
Is correct. Well done, and it's your choice.
Drink for 100, please.
For 100, here is your answer. The country in which sangria originated. Audrey.
What is Spain?
Is correct, and now it's your choice.
Drink for 200.
Here's your answer. This gives gin fizz its fizz. Pat.
Lemon.
It has to be in the form of a question,
Oh,
Pat.
sorry, what is a lemon?
I can't accept that. It's not correct, I'm afraid. Anyone else? Audrey.
What is Angus durabitus?
Is not correct either, I'm afraid. Anyone else? Out of time, what is soda water? Plain old soda water. Audrey, it's your choice.
Drink for 300.
Here's your answer. This capital of Bavaria hosts the Oktoberfest beer festival every year. Pat.
What is Munich?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
Drink for 400, please.
Here's your answer. It's from a Turkish word for the non-alcoholic drink that's often called the wine of Araby. What is coffee? Bit of a tricky one, that one. Pat, you were the last to answer correctly.
Fairy Tales 400, please.
Fairy Tales for 400. A boastful miller declares that his daughter can spin gold out of straw in this grim tale. What is Rumpelstiltskin I was looking for? Pat, it's your choice.
Natural worth 400, please.
Answer. This moon is the largest of Saturn's satellites. David.
What is Titan?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
20th century for 400.
Here's your answer. In World War II, this was another name for the V1 or flying bomb. Pat.
What is a doodlebug?
Is correct.
20th century 500, please.
Here's your answer. He succeeded Charles de Gaulle as French president in 1969. David.
Who was Pompidou?
Is correct. Georges Pompidou. Well done.
Literature for 400.
Here's your answer. Arthur C. Clarke wrote a space odyssey set in this year. David.
What is 2001?
Is correct.
Natural world for 500.
Here's your answer. the names Reynard and Todd are associated with this animal? David.
What is the fox?
Is correct. Well done for another 500.
Fairy tales for 500.
Here we go. The evil character who gave her name to the fairy story featuring the children Gerda and Kay. Out of time, what is the Snow Queen I was looking for? David, it's still your choice.
Literature for 500.
Here is your answer. This British author and academic wrote the novels Small World and Nice Work. Out of time, very funny books. Who is David Lodge? And there's just one answer left on the board. It's drink for 500. Here it comes. Cocktail invented by and synonymous with Raffles Hotel. Sounds like chucking out time. What is a Singapore sling I was looking for? That's the end of the first round of Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the scores. Well, there could be an upset on the way because our returning champion Audrey is in third place with 300. Pat is in second place on 900, but in the lead it's our club comedian David on 3,800. But nothing is certain on Jeopardy, except that nothing is certain. We're now going to double the stakes and double the pressure and tension as we prepare to play Double Jeopardy. Let's set the board in motion. And in this round, the scores available range from 200 to a big 1,000, and there are now 2 daily doubles hidden somewhere on the board behind me, and 6 new categories, including Britain, TV, classical music, the USA, famous folk, and animals. And I must stress at this point that as we are now playing Double Jeopardy for double stakes, you must give me all your responses in the form of a question, or I'm afraid you'll be penalised. Audrey, you're in third place, not a position you're used to on the show so far, so you get to pick first, please, in Double Jeopardy.
Famous folk, 200.
For 200, answer. This British actress married Maxwell Reed and Anthony Newley. Audrey.
Who's Joan Collins?
Is correct.
Famous folk for 400.
Answer. The Indian leader known as the Great Soul or Mahatma. Audrey.
Who was Gandhi?
Correct.
Famous folk for 600.
Here's your answer. The Man in Black country singer born in 1932 in Kingsland. Audrey.
Who's Johnny Cash?
Is correct, and you're over 1,000. You've got to watch her. She's bouncing back. Audrey, it's your choice.
Famous folk for 800.
Whoa! Lift the top of my house and raise the roof. It's the second of our daily doubles. Audrey, this answer is for you and you alone. Neither David nor Pat can buzz in, and you get a pictorial clue to help with your question. The question is, how brave do you feel? You're in second place, 1,500. How much are you going to put up as a stake? 500. 500. Here is your answer and picture. The godmother of punk fashion. Out of time, I'm afraid, Audrey. Who is Vivienne Westwood? Yes, the audience knew that. Vivienne Westwood we were looking for there. Not to worry, David and Pat, your buzzers are unfrozen. Audrey, it's still your choice.
Famous folk for 1,000.
Answer. In 1940, Sinatra parted company with Harry James to sing with this band leader. We're out of time. The king of the trombone, who was Tommy Dorsey, I was looking for. Let's take a look at the scores. Well, in third place, it's Pat on 900. In second place, our returning champ, Audrey, on 1,000. But in the lead, 3,800, it's still David. But there's a long way to go yet. There's one more daily double, there's Double Jeopardy, and there's Final Jeopardy on the horizon. We're going to take a short breather. We'll be back before you know it, and we hope you are too. See you soon.
It's Jeopardy with Paul Ross.
Yeah, welcome back. You're watching the quiz show that turns normal quiz shows on their heads, because on Jeopardy we've got the answers and our contestants give us the questions. And let's see how they've been doing today. Well, in third place it's Pat on 900. Audrey, our returning champion, is in second place on 1,000. But we've got a leader. It's David, is on 3,800. But Audrey, you were the last to answer correctly in part one, so it's your choice, please.
Britain for 200.
For 200, answer. London Zoo was established in this London park in 1828. David.
What is Regent's Park?
Is correct.
Britain for 400.
Answer. This castle is Scotland's top tourist attraction. David.
What is Edinburgh Castle?
Is correct.
Britain for 600.
Here it comes. This capital city lies at the mouth of the River Taff. Audrey.
What is Cardiff?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
Britain for 800.
Here's your answer. This Scottish city lies between the mouths of the Dee and the Don. Pat.
What is Aberdeen?
Is correct. Well done. You're now on 1,700 in second place.
Britain for...
I was just going to say that Audrey perhaps should have got that, being Scottish, but not to worry, Audrey. Pat, it's your choice.
Britain for 1,000, please.
To clear the category, this Firth lies between Carlisle and Dumfries. David.
What is a Firth of Forth?
Is not correct, David. I'm afraid you lose 1,000. Audrey.
What is a Solway Firth?
Is correct. Well done for 1,000. You saved your Caledonian honour with that, didn't you, Audrey? And it's your choice.
The USA for 200.
Answer. In 1969, Elvis performed his first comeback show in this Nevada city. David.
What is Las Vegas?
Is correct.
The USA for 400.
Answer. Phoenix and Tucson are in this US state. Audrey.
What is Arizona?
Is correct.
The USA for 600.
Answer. During World War II, this US bullion depository held the Magna Carta. David.
What is Fort Knox?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
USA for 800.
Answer. The town of Liberal in this state has a copy of Dorothy's House from The Wizard of Oz. David.
What is Kansas?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
TV for 200.
For 200. Answer. The aliens who threaten to exterminate. David.
What are the Daleks?
Is correct.
TV for 400.
Answer. This super smashing comedian hosts the darts game show Bullseye. Pat.
Who is Jim Bowen?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
TV for 600, please.
Whoa! Tank me up and call me Rommel. It's our third and final daily double. Pat, this answer is for you and you alone. Neither David nor Audrey can buzz in, and you get a pictorial clue to help with your question. The question is, you're in third place on 2,100. How much do you want to gamble, Pat?
1,100.
For 1,100, here is your answer and picture. This Mary Poppins star had his own TV show.
Who is Dick Van Dyke?
Is correct. Well done. So, Pat, you leapfrogged into second place, and we should all remember that Dick Van Dyke had possibly the worst Cockney accent of all time, didn't he? I'm Mary Poppins. Pat, it's your choice, but David and Audrey, your buzzers are unfrozen.
TV for 800, please.
For 800, answer. In this play, Arthur Smith writes about an evening with this famous ex-Spurs footballer. David.
What is it? An evening with Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker are the key words. I can accept that. It's your choice.
Classical music for 200.
For 200, answer. Born in Bonn, he composed the Moonlight Sonata. David.
Who is Chopin?
Is not correct, I'm afraid. David, anyone else? Audrey.
Who was Beethoven?
Is correct, and it's your choice, Audrey.
Classical music for 400.
Answer. The Peter Grimes composer hidden in 1 Brit, 10 pommies, and a limey. Out of time. Who was Britten? Benjamin Britten. Audrey, it's your choice.
Classical music for 600.
Answer. He completed the Brandenburg Concertos in 1720. Audrey.
Who was Bach?
Is correct, Johann Sebastian, and it's your choice.
Animals for 200.
Answer. Since 1988, owners of this animal haven't needed a licence for it. Audrey.
What is a dog?
Is correct, it is your choice.
Animals for 400.
Answer. Animals that can live on land or water have this name. Pat.
What is an amphibian?
Is correct, and it's your choice.
Animals for 600, please.
Answer. A bushmaster is this type of creature. David.
What is a snake?
Is correct.
Classical music for 800.
Answer. This Hungarian composer wrote St. Elizabeth and is particularly famous for his piano works. Pat.
Who is Liszt?
Is correct, Franz Liszt, and it's your choice.
Animals for 800, please.
For 800, answer. This scavenger may be striped, spotted, or laughing. David.
What is a hyena?
Correct.
TV for 1,000.
Here's your answer. This classical actor played Private Fraser in Dad's Army. Audrey.
Who was John Laurie?
Is correct. Well done for 1,000. Another Scot, of course, and also memorable for, amongst other things, being in Hitchcock's 39 Steps. Audrey, it's your choice.
Animals for 1,000.
For 1,000, answer. Common swallows spend the winter on this continent. Pat.
What is Africa?
Is correct for 1,000. Well done. Pat, it's your choice.
The USA for 1,000, please.
Answer. Completed in 1943, it was the world's largest office building. Audrey.
What is the Pentagon?
Is correct. Well done, and for another 1,000. And there's just one answer left on the board. Thumbs on the buzzers as here it comes. Answer. Shakespeare's Macbeth, Othello and Falstaff became the subject of operas by this Italian composer. Pat.
Who is Verdi?
Is correct for 1,000. Woo! Let's take a look at the scores after that round of Double Jeopardy, and I can't remember when it was closer. Audrey, our returning champion, is in third place on 6,000. Pat, our retired teacher, is in second place on 6,400. I'm so excited I'm stuttering because David, our club comedian, is in the lead on 7,200. But those scores could be about to change dramatically as we prepare to enter Final Jeopardy. I now need you to write down how much of your scores you're prepared to risk on this, our Final Jeopardy category, which is guitar greats. Now, to keep those amounts confidential, your privacy panels are in place. You can write as much or as little of your score as you like. And as you write, those secret amounts will be locked into our computer, which means Audrey, Pat and David, you now have 30 seconds to write your question to this, our Final Jeopardy answer. This experienced man played with Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding. Good luck to all three of you. Your 30 seconds starts right now. This experienced man played with Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding. Well, your 30 seconds is up. If you can all stop writing, please. Now, Audrey, we were into Final Jeopardy with you, our returning champion, in third place with 6,000. What, please, is your final question?
Who was Bert Whedon?
Which is not correct, I'm afraid, Audrey, but what was your wager?
3,000.
So you now have 3,000. Pat, you're in second place, 6,400. What, please, is your Final Jeopardy question?
Who is Otis Redding?
Which is not correct either, I'm afraid, Pat, but what was your wager?
3,000.
Also 3,000, but you now have 3,400. David, you're in the lead, but only just with 7,200. What, please, is your final question?
Who was Jimi Hendrix?
Which is correct, so well done, but what was your wager, David?
I plucked the whole lot, 7,200 on it.
So you now have 14,400, and we have a new champion, it's David! Well, I have to say you could knock me down with a very light feather because at one stage it looked like our returning champion Audrey was unstoppable, but nobody goes away from Jeopardy empty-handed, and you certainly don't, Audrey, because you've got £2,000 already from your 4 victories, and we add to that today, you fell at the final hurdle, but you still did very well, the reverse dictionary, so you need never be lost for words again, and of course a Jeopardy t-shirt and a pen. Well done. Pat, well, you did very, very well. You're up against a great contender today in the shape of David. You take with you our best wishes and also an illustrated dictionary of essential knowledge, a world of facts at your fingertips, and a Jeopardy t-shirt and pen, and both of you deserve a round of applause. Go on. But David, well done. One of the highest scores we've ever had. You've got £500. Can you come back again?
I certainly will.
I knew he'd say that. Just 4 more victories and we boost that winning to £3,000. So David's going to be here. I'm going to be here. We're going to have 2 new faces for you to meet, some new categories, lots of answers, but no questions. There's one important question, though. Will you be here when we do this all again? I certainly hope so. If you've enjoyed it today, it's Jeopardy, the quiz show with a difference, with the back-to-front brain-straining idea that we have the answers and our contestants give us the questions. See you soon.
Over to Hollywood next this evening, a massive manhunt for a killer and a drugs bust with the LAPD.